I am excited to be live with you again. Normally, this is not our regular day to be live, but today is an important day in the world, even in Liberia. Today, October 15, um, persons with visual um, visual disability celebrates the International War Vikings Day, Safety Day. So today is an important day, as I said, a day celebrated by all persons with visual disability, celebrating one of the tools they use to commute between places. And to actually celebrate this day, I invited our coordinator for the Sync Bell, and he's here with me. So he will introduce himself, and then he will more like do most of the talking. So you are welcome, Ruben.
All right, thank you this morning. I'm happy to be here. My name is Ruben J. Yankam. I'm from 17th Street from the Single Bell, and one of the coordinators for DEKA Assistance Program.
Yeah, so yes, Ruben, you are wholeheartedly welcome to this talk celebrating the International World Walking Safety Day. And I know that as a visually impaired person, this is an important day for you, isn't it?
Of course, sure.
So, what can you say to us and those that are following us on what this day means?
Well, this day is the day it means a lot to the visually impaired person, quote unquote blind, because it's a day that while we use like the workings for to move above our doing our normal basic thing. This is a day that it was invented, meaning it's a day that it was found by the world, and it was just something that they put together that made person with visual impairment to move around, because with all the stage you can't move. So this is the day that it was made. It's just like your birthday. So the day you were born, when you reach, you had to celebrate it. So today is the day that we are celebrating it, and today I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so actually from all indication the Viking Safety Day is a day set aside to celebrate the accomplishment of disabled, visually impaired persons.
Yes.
So let's bring it to our setting. What do we have to celebrate when it comes to the accomplishment of persons with disability? Do we have something to celebrate? Do we have something of individuals to celebrate in our society when it comes to accomplishments?
Of course, we have something to celebrate, because with all the kings, no visually impaired person can move easily except you have somebody to work with you.
Okay.
Especially in Liberia, because it helps you when you get on the street. They will recognize you as you are blind person, and when car be coming, if you show all the car will know you are blind person like crossing the road or about to cross the road, and it can show you, or if you knock it, will tell you that you have something in front of you, like urgent, not in front of you. So we have something to celebrate as visually impaired person, because with all that you will not move, and with all that you can't step anywhere. So we have a lot of things to celebrate, but in Liberia, it's difficult for a visually impaired person.
Okay.
Because they will look at you, but other that thing can talk, but it can't talk. But it's only the symbol of a visually impairment.
Okay.
That person is blind, yes, but it can't talk. It will not say somebody coming or somebody on your way or you have object. It only when they touch it, the object, then you know that something on your way, but it can't talk. But it's a thing that helps everyone or all that have a problem, visual impairment, to move. So we have day to celebrate, and we have things to celebrate with.
Oh, okay. Yes. He said it was something to celebrate. Okay, so let's look at the life of persons with disability in our society. Most times you talk about disability, people like the people then are there people then who you can get small thing in our society, and I would like always make that correction to say persons with disability are not just limited to people who can receive handouts, but there are other disabled people in our society, okay, that are doing exploit. And from all indication, I learned today that the Working Safety Day should have been celebrated somewhere.
Yeah, the Working Safety Day, is a global thing all around the world. And in Liberia, we are celebrating in Grand Bassel, which is one of the countries that there. And as DEKAP identified herself with us, she called us for the while to talk about the Working Day today. And like she was saying, disability, I can always tell people, inability. And not every day the person will stand on the street to beg.
No.
And I can tell people, I said, don't teach me how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
But what? Don't give me fish, but teach me how to fish.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. If you give me fish every time, if you're not available again, how will manage? How will even rest?
Yeah.
But teach me how to fish. Meaning, like for me, I'm a college graduate.
Mm-hmm.
They give me money just to eat, but I usually tell people, when you want to give me money, carry it to my school.
Yeah.
And they carry it to my school.
Yeah.
I fought hard and I out of high school and now I'm out of college. So I had AA degree. I'm thinking to go do my BSc. So teach me how to fish. Don't worry, give me fish. But in Liberia, we can just feel that if you are disabled, it's just finished with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If you are disabled in Liberia, the war is finished with you, but no. So, like the Working Safety Day today, if you go Grand Bassel, if you say all around the world today, you will see it will be celebrating it today. The particular state and the people can call it in our common way, it give our strength and we can move around.
Okay, so we still want to discuss this using our Liberia scenario. Okay, whenever you have this working and you stand at the roadside, do vehicles recognize that there's someone that needs help and then they need to get and let you just have a right away?
Yeah, some of them, they can recognize you as you are blind person, but some of them no, because the awareness of on this, some people they just play deaf ear to it. But as a visually impaired person, if you're standing along the road, especially when you put it all across, it gives you the right to stop, let the person cross, because I'm crossing the road. When I the car speeding off coming, I'm not hearing the sound, but I'm not seeing you.
Yeah.
So the moment I put my key on, you should have the man that you should stop so I can cross.
Yeah.
But someone else, no. But at least day by day they are getting the nature of the visually impaired people in Liberia.
Oh, okay. So meaning that even the motorcyclists that we can be complaining about, they also recognize this. The biking is for the safety of the
visually impaired person. Yes.
Do they also stop?
Yeah, they can stop because they know that you can see. So, like before, they used to tell us go on the crosswalk, but how blind person will know or how visually impaired person will know that they are going on the crosswalk if you have a person will work with you. But this day, if you put your king up, they know like you are visually impaired and you want to cross. They can stop.
So today's celebration in Liberia, is it intended to call on the government to put forth your plight, or just celebrating maybe something that you are having you got some leverage or privileges in a country?
Like that morning I was listening to the proclamation what the president declared today is Working Harder Day for the Working Safety Day. Like today celebration, the thing is we need empowerment. Mm-hmm. You don't empower me just giving me money, go and eat. or when on the side of the street, just give me money and pass by me. Empowerment, you can give me job, you can give me money to make business.
Yeah.
But don't just give me money, $100, $5, and eat. That was those that other high school that in college or from college they want to go to work. To go work. If you give somebody a job, you are empowered that person. Meaning, if I was begging on the street and you see me, oh my man, yeah, you talk to me. I need empowerment. If you came into your office, if somebody can say hello at the end of the day or at the end of the month, if I get $50 or $100, I will not go back on that street. It's an empowerment. So today we are calling for empowerment and inclusiveness in all society of what we live today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a reason for persons with visual impairment in our society to celebrate today?
Yeah.
Is there something that they can celebrate? Come back to that same thing. Because you go in the street today, you see a lot. In fact, a lot of the people you see in the streets that are begging alms for survival are persons that are visually impaired. Okay, even though you have other physically challenged persons, but the majority of people that are in the streets today are women and men that are visually disabled. So, and then we're talking about celebrating the accomplishment of disabled persons. Okay, when disabled persons in our society are complaining everywhere, okay, there's no empowerment, there's no access to education opportunity, there's no privileges. I don't know, when you talk about celebrating this day, celebrating the accomplishment of disabled persons, I want you to speak to that.
Yeah, the celebration of the World Working Stability Day or the day of today, it means to us that with all this thing, we will not go anywhere. We're just gonna be home. We are celebrating it to tell the world, or to tell the Liberian government and the world at large that to be if you are visually impaired, it doesn't mean that you just sit down behind the door, they give you food to eat. So the celebration is in twofold or in many phases because we are in empowerment. In that celebration, we also telling the world that we are suffering. Of course, this thing in the other world walk around, move freely, but we are still behind the door in some corner, meaning that we not have empowerment anywhere.
Okay, so as we go forward to discuss more and more on this day, we have one of our sisters who want to be a part of this discussion. So coming, and as she gets in, she will introduce herself. Okay, we don't want this discussion to be all a male discussion. We want to make sure that we have the female perspective. Yeah. So even though she's a very young woman, but I mean, she can speak to some of the things that she sees in her society and some of the things that she herself having problem with. So it's really an exciting day today, but we want to look at the accomplishment. For me, actually, it's like disabled persons are everywhere in Liberia. Okay, so we want to adjust a little bit. Just to adjust a little bit. Okay. Okay. So you can have her to come in. Today is International World Working Safety Day and is being celebrated in Liberia and every part of the world where we have persons with visual disability. And just in case, as you may know, we have part of our program being focused on persons with disability. And we cannot afford to allow this day pass without discussing with those that are celebrating their day, how do they feel? okay, as persons with disability, celebrating the International Working Safety Day. And as I said, we have one of our discussants who will be giving her perspective on this conversation, and we will allow her to introduce herself, and then we can go on with the discussion. So can you please introduce yourself? Welcome again.
Thank you. My name is Dada Mercy. I'm a visually impaired lady.
Oh, okay. So Dada, before you got in, we were discussing the accomplishment
Yes.
of persons with disability, looking at our society, the Liberian society. And I was like asking, what is it that we can celebrate today? Okay, because when you talk about the Working Safety Day, it means that we are celebrating the accomplishment of quote unquote in our Liberian setting, the blind persons. Okay, so you look around us, you see disabled people in the streets. You look around us, disabled people are like giving, less attention in our society. Okay, there are so much discrimination against persons with disability. Like, we've been together doing this thing together, so it's like I'm really, really into knowing what is happening to disabled persons in our society, even to get a place to rent. People like, oh, I don't want to get my place, so this blind woman or this blind man, and all of that. You get into the street, people have their own version of disability. So what is it that we have that we can discuss, and then we say, okay, this is a celebration today, we are excited, and then we can celebrate? Or is it a time to call on the public, okay, the government as well, about those things that are affecting you?
Yes. The reason of all celebrating today day as Working Day, we are trying to address the government mind to our issue.
Okay.
More especially our condition that we found ourselves in.
Okay.
Because we are not being recognized in the society because of our disability.
Okay.
And secondly, our voice has not been heard by people. People look at us, we are not being counted among the society.
Okay.
That's one of the things that making us today to take this day to make others to know about us. That we are important in the society.
Yeah.
Our voices need to be heard. And we all need to get equal right.
Yeah.
Because we are Liberians. And Liberia has been given to everybody.
Okay.
So we need to get the core of Liberia for every one of us to enjoy it.
Okay.
But we found out that there's a few people that enjoying our goal that in Liberia, which is the benefit. Because we are being left for there, like we can say, vision impaired, and so it means that they feel that nothing can come from all of us.
Wow.
And some of us, we tell them that we are even educated, we know things more than even those that can see, even those that have hair, everything correct, those that have feet, everything is something. That's for our condition. But we can make a better future for even the physical people.
Okay.
We can educate them. But some of us are educated, but we don't have job. We don't have freedom of speech.
Okay.
Where we thought somebody would just slash it from your woman and say, man, we are not ready for you. Yes.
Does that happen really?
Yes. I'm telling you, a living story.
Okay.
It has been happening to me. And happening to all of us. And sometimes you even go to talk with somebody, they will hear the person in the corner and say, the person not here. Well, the person sitting down listening to you.
Because
and you are saying, yes. And you are saying, you hearing the person, you are not seeing the person, but you are hearing the person, that person verse, you know it too good. The person will change the verse, say, the person not here. And you stood there for long and say, no, get outside. The person is not here.
Wow.
And to even get you see to say, it's hard. You just walk out. Then at the end of the day, they start laughing at you. So that's why we're taking the day to be a special day to address the government mind on us.
Okay.
To say that we are important in a society, let our right to be given to us. We are Liberians.
So when you talk about calling the attention of the government to give you your rights, what are those rights that you will want to like call on the government, or you are calling on the government to give you?
Our right, we need education.
Okay.
We need freedom of speech.
Okay.
We need job. We need place for ourselves. We need a budget to be set for we the vision impaired, and more especially disabled as a whole. Let budget be set for us. Let education be free for disabled people.
Okay.
Let job be available for us.
Okay.
So when even if we are turning around to say we're going to school after our schooling, let us find something to be doing so that our children too can benefit from it. Okay. So that we can be on the street begging. So even in the community, people can look at our children to be a beggar. Okay. Our children will not be marginalized in the community. Let our children have equal right with the physical people who are children, that they will be able to stand somewhere and talk. They say yes. That's some of the right that we asking the government to give us. And even when we are crossing the road, let it respect our view, let it respect our king. That when they see our king, all they say yes, we need to give them the respect. We need to stop, let it pass. Some of us, sometimes when we are going, or even you sick, you are going to hospital, you are going to clinic, and you in our hands going. When you get on the road, you put your king on. So that even motorbike boys don't want to give you a chance to even cry. So that's some of the things that we are telling the government to give our right to us. Okay. That's the reason of us celebrating the days today.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I really like trying to think about it even more higher right now. What are some of the you talk about, you know, the rights, right to education, job opportunity, and what have you. So, are you saying that when persons with disability are educated, they actually do not have job opportunity? There's no education privilege for they and their children?
Yes.
Yeah, you see, the thing that she's saying is check in the government school, that is the public school. It's difficult to have the disabled person as a whole there in the government school. Okay. Like for my era, you had a Tominha, you had a England, which is whatever. They had the England school, because in Singapore we have so many government schools. But I did my survey 2 to 3 years, no disabled person in government school. Wow. And the education had a law, they passed a law saying that the principal should agree before any disabled person enter in any schools. The
principal should approve a disabled person?
Yes.
Wow.
If a principal not agree, the disabled person shouldn't enter into that school. And I go to I have that particular art in my possession. And I dealt with the issue. At that time, is Minister Joe Wonder doing Eddington. Yeah. And I went to him and told him, I said, it's wrong. And one way or the other, they listen to us, that art particular art change. Okay. Yeah, so, yes, the amendment art. So now, if you check in the public school, take your own survey, you will not see no disabled student in our public school. Except the private school. Wow. Some of the private school, they allow us to have education, but now they come in institution. Like if you for how you get what the other people have like called a degree or whatsoever. If you apply, they will take a document and put it on one side. Because you are visually impaired person. Wow. If they put you there, their mind is what I mean we see to do the job. Like once me, I'm another example. I applied to Ministry of Education since I graduated in 2018. I applied and work
When you say you graduated, which is it a degree or certificate?
I have degree in teaching.
Okay.
But I applied to the Ministry of Education and I work. Get an HR number, call him. Maybe tomorrow we say with her kids from 2018 up to now. As they say, see on my kids. Because why? If you tell them in bed pressing, they are not. She talking about we have been denied. So today is the day that we are telling the world.
The disabled people in their numbers.
Go down to Famuma. The government, that's the president himself or herself will not come down to say, I'm talking to the people, but she or he have the ministry and appoint people there.
Yeah.
Then the same people can pass around and give our $5, $10. It's for the people, if you read it, then the same person will say, let me go pay them school fee. But after that, they don't care. And they are the minister, and they are the director, they are the one. They're in the government ministry. So then the same people, go to Famuma, you will see them stopping the car. Look, they come. You bring your man, you bring your bar. They give you what? $500. Like I was telling one of the candidates that are running the race when you came to me, I say, he said I can go to Famuma and get a 2 copper every day. I said, you are not helping it. I said, you're
So
not.
a family just be limited to giving them cost for rice.
I told the president, I said, you are not helping the disabled people. He said he felt insulted. I said, what are you felt insulted or not? Is I said it with all fear, and I don't have no regret of me saying it.
Yeah.
You are not helping the disabled people. Teach a man how to fish. Don't gain your fish. Suppose you not around tomorrow gain 2 copper, then you will not eat. Here the family will not eat. So the one we are facing in the country, I don't know about other country or Liberia. Now what happening to us?
So more like we need a lot of awareness when it comes to persons with disability in communities. We need a lot of awareness.
Yes.
Because for a person who wants to, obtain the highest seat in society, he giving out cups of rice to a family or to a disabled, a man or a woman. He's telling you that, for you the rest of your life, all you should be doing is to depend on him to feed you.
Yes. And happy just now on welcoming when we got up Solitary Junction, and we saw a group of people were there sharing rice on the blind people. Then as soon as they saw Feki myself, they said, oh, all the blind people come here. Oh. Then they all one more thing, my father, and you more come. Your father, I said, I'm not the type of me holy fathers. I don't go on the street. I'm not even going to get talk about right from what they are going on a different thing. Happy hearing. Yesterday, when the people were giving quarry in our community, they get a quarry all over and left my house.
What?
Because I'm fishing in bed. And my children can see. So for that reason, say I'm blind, they can't be able to run them in our services. So we are facing a lot of problem. We are facing problem. So now you stop the car, they look at you, they will pull the car. Maybe they feel that you don't have money to pay when you sit in a car. We are facing a lot of problem. We really want for the government to come to our ears so that they can be able to see, our cry. So he will be able to do something about us. Because it's not easy. We are suffering. It takes the grace of God. We are just living by the grace of God. Because you're in the community, to get people ready to come around you is not easy. When even you are trying to sell or call to even something, and somebody will say, don't go to that blind woman's house or pass and go and start to go back. I'm telling you a living story. I'm telling you a thing that I'm saying that it can happen to me. You getting me? And when you're in the community, they know your name. But time for issue, they will say, go to that blind woman's house. They don't know your name again. We are facing a lot of problem. That's why we said it's day as working day, so that the government can be able to listen to us, to listen to our plan. We are appealing to him. It's not easy. To even send our children to school is not easy. You go to school, you want to register your child, they look at you, they say they will not be able to pay our money. So no play, no spay for the play is full now. No, the children can be able to enroll in the school year. they will deny your children.
Wow.
It's not easy. We are struggling, we are suffering. Sometimes I sit down and say, but what relate the cause of me getting in this problem? But you cannot ask God.
Yeah, sure.
You cannot ask God. We are just living by the grace of God. It's only the word of God that keeping us on. That's why you see sometimes of this old person could be making suicide. This old person just want to do all things that will be able to put them in jail. I listened to one man one night, and he was saying the reason of me doing that because my problem, I'm not able to handle my problem. And I just want to find a place that I will go so that my life can just be finished one time. That's the reason of me doing this. Wow. So that you can put me in jail for my lifetime. I shed tears that night. And I say, far be away from me. I will not be able to do that. But God will take us through.
Sure. So God will take you through. Sure. But viewers, we are talking about the International Viking Safety Day today. Today is October 15, and today is the celebration of the Viking Safety Day. So, other disabled persons are celebrating right now in Grand Bassa. But just in case, being a non-profit organization promoting the plights of persons with disability, we thought to have our own discussion today so that we can unearth the kind of situation facing person with disability. So as you may know, we have our guest here, Mrs. Miazi. She's here, and then Ruben is also here. Okay, and from them you also getting to understand the kind of life these people are being experiencing. Okay, so we will continue to discuss these things, but I think that we need to go a little further than waiting for the Viking safety to be able to raise awareness. Because with all of the kind of things that I'm hearing, is like persons that are in community think that a disabled person is lesser than the ordinary human being.
Of course.
And if that thought should persist, I don't know where we'll be going, because according to our statistics in Liberia, 16% of our population.
And in fact, it has gone up, because I can remember, I think 2, 3, or 4 years back, that they did a census, and
Yeah,
they
sure.
said 16%. And every day, people getting what?
Yeah, with pressure.
Blind people getting, disabled people getting increased day by day, because like one time, one of the celebrations we did in bombing, I can still remember, we said, disability now have no border.
Sure.
It can come to you any minute, any time.
Yeah.
No border, because tell me example, you run a car, you may accident, your hand caught. Then the UN Convention say, if you say one of your finger caught, you are a disabled person.
Yeah, sure.
So every day,
Then talk less of you losing your sight.
of course. Then, so we are more than 16% in Liberia now. So disabled people, they are getting they are increasing every day and every hour. Who knows now? Car may accident, somebody about boss, they came to the hospital, you can't find it, they now have no about to put there again. And you are disabled person. So the government herself, I don't know. But I don't know whether they can hear us or they just want to play deaf ear with us. So but this particular day, we are calling upon them to come and see or listen to our plan so they can see how best to address our issue.
So we are now winding down to the close of this conversation. What is it? With everything that you have explained, Mrs. Miazi, with everything that you have explained that is affecting disabled persons, okay, particularly you as a person, what is it that you think can change the situation here? Okay, because you talk about people not calling you by name, they want to call you by your situation.
Yes.
That blind woman.
Yes.
Okay, you on the road, vehicles will not stop for you.
No.
Okay, they think that perhaps they don't want to be bothered with a disabled woman. Okay, particularly a woman that cannot see. Okay, they don't want to be bothered, so they will not want to stop for you. Okay, and then people discriminate against you because of your disability. You talk about even they connecting other horses, and then they will not connect your horse. Perhaps maybe they think, oh, maybe that woman doesn't need courage because she can't already see.
Yes.
You know, or maybe the woman will not even be able to get the money to put credit in a thing, or she will not be able to give all the kind of tip we need, you know, and all of the kind of things. So it all now coming from the community to the larger society. In the larger society, there's no job opportunity. There's no education opportunity for your children. I mean, no privilege.
No.
So what do you think that you can propose here and say, government, this is what I think you can be able to do so that this situation that affecting us can come to an end?
Yeah. One of the things that I think we need to tell the government today, we want to highlight the government mind in our situation, telling him that he need to get in a community, in a community. Because if our issue is handled in a community, then the government will be able to handle our issue. What am I trying to say? Because we are Liberians, citizens of this country, we are secretive for the government. Everything that happens in the community, we take it to the government. So we are kindly asking him to let us get those things that we want to get, which is education, which is job. Let people respect us in the community, that we will have a freedom of speech. Because our disability is not our inability.
Okay.
Being a disabled, that does not mean that you don't able to do something.
Yeah.
I can do something positive. So I'm able to do something more than even a sighted person or more than even that person that up there.
Yeah.
I'm able to take care of my children. Sometimes I send my children to school, and outside or even able-bodied person not able to send their children to school.
Yeah.
I have seen it twice. That even in the community, you see people, children, they're dashing all around. We are trying to tell the government to set a budget aside so that we can be able, we the disabled can be able also to go out there and make awareness so that people can be able to know the importance of disabled people in Liberia.
Yeah.
We want for the government to set a budget aside for our children, even ourselves. We need to go back to school. We need to go back to school. We want to go back to school. Let us set a budget aside so that we can be able to make business for our children, so that we that blind, we will not be on the street begging every day. Because that's some of the things that they look at all they condemn of.
Yeah, sure.
That's some of the things they look at all they don't even value of. Because if we stand inside the road, telling somebody, say, please help me, taking a tear fire, and even if I'm talking about it, you want to even say this, you will say that person that back up.
Yeah.
But I thank God that since I get in my situation, the situation I found myself in, I never stayed one day on the street to beg. And I ask God to not do it in my life until I go under the ground here. I always can tell God. I can always tell my children. Yeah. So we are asking the government to hear our plan so that you can give us the right. Let our children go to school. Let ourselves, we want to do something. Let him step our child aside for us. Even those that are able to go by the school, we can learn trade.
Yeah, sure.
We can learn trade.
Yeah.
And those things will be able to help us. Some of we renting, passing all around, we don't have place. And even government can be able to help us and set our budget aside so that we can be able so now to put in, say, oh, let me set budget so that we will be able to find place for the disabled. And then when the person cry, we'll be able to get hard laugh for that person so that she or he, the children can be there. It will be better. They are trying to do what? They are trying to take off on the street. While all this one happening, our life will continue to be on the street. That's why making us to be on the street. You got David, you have to go look for your husband. You have to go look for food for your children. You have to look for money to buy stopper for your children. When your children are ill, you need to go look for money to buy medicine. Even if you go ask a nearby neighbor, they will tell you, say, I don't have money. And you say, I money to buy tablet for my daughter. Say, then you don't want me send for me to ask me, you know that you can't see, then you want born. You know that you can't see, then you want. Yes, I'm telling you. Once the small things are happening to us, that I am telling you today. You can't see, then you want born children. It's our right.
Of course.
It's our right to born our children. Because if I born my child will be able to take care of me. But I cannot ask a neighbor and next by person to tell them, say, please go bring me water. They will do it? No. If I lie down sick, my daughter, my son will be able to take care of me. Well, next person, the child will not be able to do that. So that some of the things they tell, oh, you can't see your one boy, you get plenty children around you.
Wow.
Then you want to be asking what they are in, they come there, they are up, begging. That's some of the things we are asking the government. If the government can be able to do those things to us and open a place for us that will be able to learn vocational school, those things there to learn how to do something for ourselves. Because when we are doing it, our children will be looking at it and they themselves will be learning. From there, they can be able to empower us too. We will be able to empower them. Then we will be what? Leaving the street, going by home to sit down.
Yeah, sure.
That's one of the things we are asking the government for today.
So, are you over and over saying that disability is not inability?
Yes.
So, mean that disabled people are capable of doing things like, the ordinary human being.
Yes.
So, Ruben, I just wanted to look at, some of the things, looking at our society that disabled people have been engaged with. What are some of the things that they've been engaged with? And then, what are some of the things that you think that those that have the society have turned into, street beggars? Because when it gets tough, you don't want to die out of hunger. Okay, you got children, and then you don't want to be sitting there, your children die. So as a result, some of them are in the streets. Okay, so those that are in the street, what can you say that we can send out there and say, okay, if anybody wanting to help, this is what we think you can be able to do?
Well, like when we were talking, I heard you saying that you want to open downstairs because everybody can be faking through the week.
Yeah.
Everybody can be there.
Yeah. That's the basement.
Yeah, the basement. Some of the things that the government, government have capacity to give everybody a job.
No.
Or to do what we want, everything in the country. But definitely they are NGO. The government can pass through definitely to help, definitely to help us. Like some people that can see, they want to do tailoring. Like you have your machine is sewing, and I think you will leave for that to go see, never go stay inside the street to go beg. And some people can face soap. So I think the government can come to our aid through many ways. Some of the ways are indefinite. Like definitely, I can say from 2013 they start sponsoring our children. And their children have been sponsored. You will not go on the wayside to go there because they're spreading our level ahead.
Yeah, sure.
So for that reason, some of us will relax, but not definitely not have the hand now to do to support our children.
That's the thing.
So how we manage? So definitely is an NGO, non-governmental organization. Still the government can come in with something to say, look, you have been doing this. Enough was the president, the government ministry, they know her, or they know the NGO. They can come through her and to help us. So for me, that's some of the way forward.
Yeah, so meaning that the government should provide the enabling environment,
Of course,
so that NGOs can get support, particularly like the grassroots NGO like us. We can get support, and then we go into the community to be able to do the things, that can be able to.
But like for example, during the Ebola, let's say the coronavirus, you were the first person to come to the disabled aid, go in the community and share rest.
Right.
While we were waiting for the package, I don't know whether we will get some. Because we're not getting so
like this.
Definitely was the first to go in the community and reach the disabled aid, and we're able to get better rest and some other things to eat for 1 or 2 months. But we are still waiting for the government. So for us, we are asking the government, we are asking other NGO that listen to all to come to the aid of Destiny Care to help the disabled people at large. Because you not only just visually impaired person, she catering to a lot of disabled person or people she are catering to. So we are celebrating the day with many things, and we are calling upon the NGO, the government to help the disabled people at large in Liberia. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So yes, this is Ruben. He's the coordinator for the Sing Case Assistance Program, the Single Bell. Okay, so maybe there's something else I didn't really mention while we're discussing. I forgot and I didn't say it. So, Mrs. Miyazi, is there anything that you want to add to the discussion? Maybe I didn't ask. Maybe as well as Ruby.
Yeah, for me, for my end, the working day, the need is there, but the working itself don't provide to the disabled people, others the visually impaired particularly. Some are working with broomstick. Why? Because we don't get it. So if anybody listening to us, then they provide it through Destiny Care, that we will get it. The working safety day. We working with staying in Liberia. We have some more person.
Wow.
The broomstick.
The visually impaired person are using just ordinary
stick to work because it's a symbol of visually impairment.
Yeah.
That when you see on the road, when you see that person, when they see it, we know that you're a blind person. Somehow we had a privilege to get it working, and how we can get it. Some of us we have friends. They can sell it to us now, $20 US, $15, $30 US. So we can love it to get it. But some people, they are not even, they just hear that need, but they don't know it. So you that listening to us around the world, please make it available. Working Safety Day today, make available a working for us through Destiny Care Assistance Program that we're able to get some to that next year, Day, we will have working to celebrate with.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ruben.
Yes, and when we were just talking, I think some of the things we just have to tell our people to help us.
Bruce? What?
To help us so that through Destiny Care, some of us will be able to make life ourselves, like vocational school, to open it for the parents, at least when they pray. When we come, we spend the whole day. You don't even who get on the street, nowhere.
Yeah, sure.
Nowhere. And what you doing here when you go apply to your house? Tell your child, say, oh, can't help me, I'll do this. At least they'll be here when somebody asks, they say, so, you are going through. At least they can pass through Destiny Care to help us. Because we are tired being on the street. Many dry season that we have found ourselves in again. Standing on some whole day with those children. So now you even see some of the blind people, children, they are dry. Because of whole day of chai in your hand, drinking a chai here on the street, passing all around, just drinking water. It's now a easy thing. But whosoever are listening to us all around the world, we are kindly asking you to help Destiny Care, that they will be able to help the disabled, so that we can be able to be calm in our country, and people will be able to respect us. So thank you.
Okay.
Let God bless every one of us to go through this day.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you to the both of you for taking up time and discussing this topic as we all discuss and celebrate the International World Working Safety Day. But before we close this section, I just want to add my voice to their voices, Liberians, our viewers, the international community, and anyone that is watching us. Just think about yourself. Today you got your eyes. Okay. What happens when, God forbid, you experience pressure? They call it glaucoma. What happens when you come in contact with such condition? Should you also be in the streets depending on handouts? That's a big no. You go to other countries, you see persons with disability having privileges, to the point that they even got places where they're to park their vehicles. Somebody got vehicles. They got places where they're to park their vehicles. You dare not park your vehicle when you know that you're now a disabled person. The fine will be too heavy for you. It means that in those places they recognize the persons with disability as being an integral part of the society there. Disability is not inability. Once upon a time, according to history, a disabled man was a president of America.
What's that?
And there are a lot of disabled people, everywhere in society that have contributed. And we can celebrate those people today. What happening to Liberia? What is it that is happening to Liberia? What is it that we are looking at disabled persons are able to say, we who are not having a condition, we are more better than they are? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Because the last time I read about disability, particularly visual impairment, even pressure can spoil the eyes. Yes. I have never heard about somebody who went somewhere and said, today maybe to be blind person today. I never heard about it. So why are we taking these people as so much lesser than we are? Check their bloods today. Look at the same blood running through everybody. The same blood that runs through the veins is the same blood that runs through your veins. They say tuition never come the same day. Today is your time. Tomorrow may be your time to not discriminate against them. It is because of our society, the Liberian society, that have turned their back on these people that you see a lot of them in the streets. She said it all, and he said it too. If they were being empowered, to live independently, they will not be having the time that they have now, begging for $5 Liberian dollars in the streets. How much do they raise in the streets? For which they should take their child or take their children to lead them every day in the streets. And the children really do not have that time to even rest. Think about it. A young child, as young as 5 years old up to 10 years old, taking their mom or their dad, and then begging arms in the street. Do you think that child cannot get tired? Sure, that child do. All those children are. And then we are like looking at them, and then we see, oh, those blind people. I can't stop my car for them. May God forgive us. May God truly forgive us. Those are the things that are happening in our culture that is causing, some of the things that are offensive to God. You look at your friend human being and then you hate them, all because you bring on yourselves. We come back to the government. when you are people that are working in government, from the president to whoever, when you are going to work, because the place you pass is right from those that are living Peaceville, they have to pass around from Homa to go. Don't you see the group of disabled people there? You don't see them? I mean, do we have to write a particular paper to be able to give recognition to these people? Because if you see them, you will know that I must do something to get people from here. We see them in the street, so even when we are going to church, we see them. What is in your heart for them? Today is International White King Safety Day. And this White King Safety Day is all about celebrating the accomplishment of persons with visual impairment. What is it that we have done as a society that have put these people on par with other people? What empowerment opportunity are we giving them? The budget, she spoke of the budget. Do we have them in the budget? Are we taking into consideration that they are human, and as human they have, social needs, they have financial needs? We are talking all of the long talk is because today is the day for that. And I am hoping that we all will go beyond this day. Because what is happening in our society, we must speak to it and then go to community and speak to people in the community that people with disability did not bring this situation on themselves. So I just want to start this far. I know we have talked a lot. So there's a need for financial and social empowerment for disabled people. There's a need for education privilege for their children. We got children. Those children gotta go to school. What we've been doing here is just a drop in a bucket, sponsoring just one child from each family. We did that, and even I was like talking to the coordinator. I said we don't have that opportunity anymore. We've been trying to search to see who will come to join, and we don't see it. We don't see it. When these children not go to school this year, when the persons with disability children don't go to school this year, all because of the hardship, they are a good segment of our society. Where they not go to school this year, there are a couple of disabled women in this organization, and they are also in communities. They can bake bread, they can tie-dye, they can make soup, they can work at offices, they can be teachers, they can be president, they can be whatever they want in the. Please don't discriminate against them because of the situation. If you do that, you need to desist. And may God have mercy on us as a nation for looking down on persons with disability. Thank you, and I wish you all a great celebration as we all try to see how we can look at disability in our culture with a more concerned heart. Have a blessed day.